Street, man, just like really learning from hearing everyone's stories. Just really like learning your teammates, where they come from, who they really do it for. Really got to know them, and that makes me push harder in the off season and going into camp.
As one of those younger guys where I take it part of the idea is to bring the young guys along so that you're ready not just this year but in the future to utilize a lot of what you learn from something like that and seeing what some of the older guys take from it. What did you see at what Jeff was able to take from that, and maybe how his experience is a little bit different than yours, and how you try to follow not only what you're going for but follow a little bit what he's doing in his spot as a senior?
Well, I mean, for his personal story, I'm gonna let him share that. But what he shared to the group, I take it, just take it for what it counted and how I can apply it to myself. Because he's kind of been doing this for a long time, and someone that's a little younger hasn't really done it as much. To try to learn and take pieces of everybody's game, and just somebody that I really since I got here to like really try to learn from and try to apply it to myself, and it works best for me. So.
What is it about his personality, Devon, to where he can be who he is on the field for you guys, be that vocal leader, be the kind of quarterback and the defense linebacker, and then off the field when he goes on vacation he's renting Lambos and he's working out in the gym that Taylor Swift goes to and all that, but that he can make it all work, that he can dress out with all the drip, that he can look the way he does off the field, but then on the field he's that guy for this defense.
I mean, it's really like you got to really separate yourself. Like on the field, it's our business, and we got something we're trying to chase for, and we all know what that is. Ain't no secret about it. And for him to do that, just like really separate yourself, but you also take that time to like really enjoy yourself, so you don't burn yourself out throughout the whole year. So I really admire how you can do both.
Where do you feel the video game got you right, and where do you think they got you dirty? I mean, your speed's pretty high up there, man.
I mean, it's still pretty low if I'm being honest.
Your speed?
Yeah.
Isn't it like 97?
It's a 94. But I mean, one of the fastest, arguably fast on the team. I'll let the other players decide that. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a video game. Like, it's cool. I ain't really worried about that at the end of the day.
What were your off-season goals this year?
Try to get a little bigger, or try to at least maintain my weight. Really try to learn the whole defense, not just my position. I feel very confident about my position and what we need to do, but really try to just learn everybody on the defense. So like if somebody get out there, like if another young guy is out there, like I've been there in a position where it was kind of hard to learn at first, like to really try to help them out and push. Because I mean, for me in my position, like I've been here for a couple years, but like as a young guy, it's kind of hard to learn at the beginning. But for me to kind of be in the in between, like it's not worrying for this year, it's for next year. Try to get them ready too, though.
Are you still at the mic?
Yeah, Mike will. I mean, I do it all though.
What do you like? Jamal is no longer on the team.
Yeah.
It's like that clear like linebacker 2-3 scenario with like opposite of Jeff. How do you feel like you can put yourself in that position and do successful things there?
I ain't really worried about that, to be honest with you. Like it's about us as a unit. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we're gonna be the best linebacker group in the nation. Like we got to really connect and like prove that, on and off the field, or make sure habits not off the field as they do on the field, and like so like all that like depth chart and all that like that don't really matter to me, because it's about us as a unit.
You guys as a team added a whole lot defensively, and some guys in the secondary and on the defensive line. Just how talented of an overall defense do you feel like you guys have going into this season?
I mean, I definitely feel like we got one of the best defenses in the nation, but like it don't really matter. Like football's not played on pen and paper. Like it doesn't really matter. Like, oh, we got this guy, he's supposed to do this, supposed to do that. Like games are not once off supposed to. Like we actually got to go out and do it and put the work in for it. So,
How do you feel like your understanding of the playbook is going into this year?
I feel really good about it. Like I don't really feel like it's really slowed down even more than what it was last year. Like I feel like I really mastered the playbook, and now it's my time to really go show it.
I think Tosh at the end of spring said that he mentioned you as one of the guys who took the biggest step. How do you feel like you at the spring, or just at the back end of last year, how do you feel like you took that step? Was there a moment, or do you feel like that was just all your hard work and you put into it?
I just really feel like it was just like every day an intent to like really get better. I feel like I'm halfway from across the country. Like really got to go show that. Like I came out here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't leave the Midwest for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I really came out here to really prove it every day and just keep stacking days on days.
Now that you're going back to the Midwest in the Big Ten, how does that kind of feel?
I mean, it's cool, but I mean, I'm ready to play whoever, whenever. Like we go play in the backyard. Like it don't matter. It don't matter to me. Like so, I mean, it's cool though, but I don't really pay attention to it.
Is it nice that like your to now, rather than coming out here to Oregon?
Yeah, but I mean, when I'm in game mode, like I ain't really worried about none of that though. Like I don't really be thinking about none of that. Like I worry about that like maybe the off season or whatnot. But like when I'm in season, like I'm really locked in and trying to win every game possible, no matter where it's at.
There's been a lot of conversation about the move to the Big Ten. The size of personnel packages and these more run-heavy programs than the Pac-12 was. Does that kind of put a chip on your guys' shoulder that some people kind of counted out this defense to an extent of being small from the West Coast? What's that been like for you guys?
For me and my team, like I don't really feel like it really don't matter. Like people gonna say this, people gonna say that, but I mean at the end of the day, bro, you can't please anybody, and if you can't please anybody, you really can't please everybody. So you feel me? So it's like it really doesn't matter what they say about us. Like we gonna do everything. We gonna show it on film. So.
Well, you're from Nebraska. It's colder there, so you're used to it. You don't care where you're from. Some of your teammates are from like Southern California. Maybe do you have any tips for them on how to play in the Midwest cold?
Layer up, for sure. But I mean, once you get moving out there, like the cold, you don't really think about it at all. Like at the beginning, like maybe like a little chilly or whatnot. But like once you start moving around, like it really don't matter.
What has been the biggest adjustment for you living in Oregon?
Ooh, biggest adjustment? The rain. Like it get cold in Nebraska, like in the snow. So like I'm used to that. But like raining for like honestly multiple seasons, like that's like kind of weird. But like I got used to it now.
I'm sorry if you've been asked this, but what's the patience been like? How hard is it to be patient to kind of put your turn behind these guys, and now you're going into a season where you really got a great shot to have a big impact on this defense?
It's taught me a lot. Like coming from, a lot of coaches say like you're normally the guy at your high school. That's why you get recruited to go to a school like this. But to like really learn, and the pill I had to take for myself was like you don't know everything, and you're not there yet. So it was like, okay, how do I go from that? Like how do I get better? Like how do I get to this level to where these guys at, and like really taking notes. Like I remember my first year, like I used to always look at like Noah Sewell's notes. He always pull me over to the side, like even when he comes back sometimes, like to watch practice, like he still put me on the side to give me notes and stuff like that, to like really learn and build a relationship with the guys around you to make you better. Because at the end of the day, like you're only as strong as your weakest link, and like especially when I first got here, like I felt like I was the weakest link, so I got to pull my weight up, because if I'm holding the team back, like I'm doing disservice to myself and the team. So
How challenging is it to like kind of get that part of it built up when, for as you said, for much of your career you've probably been able to rely on just like physical things, like either probably been faster than dudes or stronger than dudes, or so on and so forth. Like what's that adjustment like when you're not just like the biggest freak athlete on the field?
it's definitely an adjustment, but like once you get to this level, like everybody can run fast on the team. Like I could probably name like 7 guys in our team that run 23 miles per hour. Like it's not just me, it's not just Rod. Like I said, it's like a handful of us, and like you really got to sharpen your mind to really know what you're doing, because if you just out there, well, first off, you can't even use your ability because you're nervous, you don't know what you're doing. So now me being fast is now I'm going slow because I'm nervous and all that. So like you're not even maximizing your ability when you're nervous. But like once you get that confidence and building you, and that's what, like for me, like now I can run at my speed and now I can play at my game.
What's if someone were to ask you what to describe Coach Blue Boy, like where do you begin?
Energy, excitement, someone that like really pushes you every day to be a better person. And that's somebody that's really helped me to become a better linebacker I am today.
We've just seen like a lot of like the mic'd up moments with him, and it kind of correlates. It just seems like he's very energetic and bombastic. But like what's it like if you're like in a meeting with him, or like kind of a little bit like quieter moments? Like what are those times like?
I mean, I feel like it really depends. Though I ain't gonna lie. Like sometimes he'll come in with a lot of energy, but sometimes like if he comes to like one of our meetings and like our coach B Mike is running it, like he'll kind of like stay in the background. But he'll give us tips and tools that we need in our tool belt to help us get better. So
Going into this offseason, I think a lot of fans expected the coaching staff to bring in some transfers to the linebacker spot, and they didn't, which I think is a big vote of confidence in you and some of the other young linebackers. What does that mean to you, just to know that like this coaching staff has that confidence in you guys?
I mean, like I said about the outside noise before, like I ain't worried about none of that. Like people can say what they want and have an opinion, but I mean their opinions don't affect me. Like it's about us, and for me, like how I'm gonna go get better, and I mean, I do appreciate that, but at the end of the day, I really ain't proved it yet. So I'm still grinding for myself to like really prove it.
What was it like to see Bryce get drafted?
Man, Bryce, that's my dog. Like that's really somebody that like I really like went through it, especially when I first got here, and to like see him do that, and then for him to still even be on the team. At first, I was crazy because I'm like, bro, if I get drafted for another sport, I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't know if I'm gonna be here. Like that's crazy, but no, that's just like shout out to him and his character and like how much he loves his team, and like that's really my dog. Like how much love we got for each other to like really ball out and like do this thing together though.
Good there. Thank you. Thanks, Evan. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate y'all.